Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Topic 2 Equations, Inequalities and Absolute Values, Lecture 4 of 4. Subtopic 2.3 Absolute Values, the learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to state the properties of absolute values, to solve absolute values equation of this form, number 1, number 2 and number 3. And you should be able to solve absolute inequalities of the form as follows. So we have number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. Okay, absolute values. What do we understand about absolute values? On the real number line, so this is the number line, the distance of a number x from origin is called the absolute value of x and is denoted by these two lines and x in the middle. So this is what we call absolute value of x. So for example, absolute value of 6 is equal to 6 and absolute value of negative 6 will be equal to 6 as well, because both 6 and negative 6 are 6 units from 0. So the distance is always positive. We doesn't say that the distance is negative 6 kilometer, for example. We just say that it is 6 kilometer. So from this number line, we can say that this is the distance from origin. So here is the absolute value of 6, which is equal to 6 unit from the origin. And here also the absolute value of negative 6. So it is 6 unit from the origin. And then we have notes here, the other definition of absolute value. For example, so this is the geometrical interpretation. We can define it as the absolute value of A is equal to, this bracket, equal to A if A is greater than or equal to 0, and negative A if A less than 0. Okay, definition number 2, absolute value of A is also equal to square root of A square. For example, if we have absolute value of negative 2 is also equal to square root of negative 2 square. So which is absolute square root of 4 equal to 2. So here we can see that absolute value of a negative number will also get a positive number by using this definition. Next, properties of absolute value. So here we have 6 properties of absolute values that you need to understand and remember. Okay, number 1, absolute value of A is greater than or equal to 0. For example, here, so A is 3, absolute value of 3 is equal to 3, which is greater than 0, and absolute value of 0 will be equal to 0. Next, absolute value of A is equal to absolute value of negative A. So both absolute value will give the same value. For example, here, if you have absolute value of 5, it will be equal to 5. And absolute value of negative 5 will be equal to 5. Number 3, absolute value of A plus B is equal to absolute value of B plus A. So the order doesn't matter because it is addition. Okay, so here is the example. If you have negative 2 plus 6, it will be equal to absolute value of 4 equal to 4. And if you change the location, so 6 plus negative 2, you will have absolute value of 4 and it is equal to 4 as well. Okay, properties number 4, if you have absolute value of A minus B is equal to absolute value of B minus A. So plus, addition and subtraction doesn't matter, you can change the location of the value. So here, if you have 3 minus 10, you will have absolute value of negative 7 and equal to 7. And if you have 10 minus 3, absolute value of 10 minus 3, it will be equal to absolute value of 7 equal to 7. Properties number 5, if you have absolute value of AB, AB means that A times B. Okay, it is the same as absolute value of A times absolute value of B. So here is the example. We multiply -3 and 6. You will get absolute value of -18 equal to 18. And if you multiply absolute value of -3 times absolute value of 6, you will have 18 as well. And the last properties is, if you have absolute value of A over B, so it will be equal to absolute value of A divided by absolute value of B. So it can be separated. So so B must be cannot equal to 0. So we don't want the denominator to be 0. So here, if you have absolute value of 12 divided by -3, so we simplify, we'll get absolute value of -4, which is equal to 4. And it is the same as if we do absolute value of 12 divided by absolute value of -3, and you will get 4 as well. Next definition. So absolute value of x is equal to A. So A is greater than equal to 0. And absolute value of x equal to A is equivalent to x equal to A or x equal to -A. So to solve problems such as absolute value of ax plus b equal to c, we can use two methods. The first one is by using basic definition, like this one. So we can use this as the way to solve the absolute value equation, or we can use squaring both sides. Okay, I will show you the method how to solve the absolute value equation by using squaring both sides later in the example. Example 1, solve the following equation. So part A, we can solve the absolute value of x equal to 4 by using basic definition. That is the easier way to solve this simple equation. By using basic definition, we can say that x is equal to 4 or x is equal to -4. So that will be your answer. Okay, next part B. The same to part A, we can use basic definition to solve this absolute value equation. So we will have x plus 8 equal to 2 or x plus 8 equal to -2. So we will put plus and minus on the right side of the equation. So solve, we can have x equal to -6, x equal to -10. Part C, we have absolute value of 5x plus 3 equal to 2x plus 9. So we will solve by using basic definition. Okay, 5x plus 3 equal to 2x plus 9, or 5x plus 3 equal to -2x plus 9. So we will solve this equation separately. So 5x minus 2x, we will have 3x equal to 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. So solve, we will have x equal to 2. Then on the right hand side here, so solve, we will have 5x plus 3 equal to -2x, -2x minus 9. So 5x plus 2x, 7x equal to -9 minus 3, -12. So x is equal to -12 over 7. So you need to check whether these two values of x can be accepted, Because we know that any value inside the absolute value, inside these two lines, will become positive. But here, we don't have the absolute value. So it can be positive and it can be negative. So we need to check both value. Okay, the first one, we will check for x equal to 2. So substitute 2 inside the original equation. So 5 times 2 plus 3 equal to 2. 2 plus 9. So on the left hand side we have 13, absolute value of 13. And the right side we have 13. So absolute value of 13 is equal to 13. And the value of the left hand side is equal to right hand side. Means that we can be x equal to 2 can be accepted. So now check for the value negative 12 over 7. On the left hand side, 5 times negative 12 over 7 plus 3. And right, 2 times negative 12 over 7 plus 9. So on the left hand side, we will have value. On the left hand side, we will have absolute value of 39 over 7. And the right side, we have 39 over 7. So on the left hand side, we know the absolute value of negative number will become positive. So the same value on the left hand side and right hand side means that x equal to negative 12 over 7 can be accepted. Okay, so this checking calculation, you can just use calculator. Okay, part D, we have absolute value of 2x plus 6 equal to absolute value of x minus 1. So usually, for equation that have absolute value on both sides, we will use squaring both side method. Okay, squaring both sides. Okay, by squaring both sides, so by using definition, we know the absolute value is equal to square root of 2x plus 6 square. Still remember from the previous slide, if you have absolute value of a is equal to square root of a square. Okay, so equal to square root of x minus 1 square. So now we will use the squaring both side method, which is we will square both sides. Okay, so the square root can be cancelled out, so it will leave us as 2x plus 6 square equal to x minus 1 square. Okay, next we will expand our equation. So 4x square plus 2 times 2 times 6. So we have 24x plus 6 square, 36 equal to x square. And then 2 times x times negative 1. So we will have negative 2x. And then negative 1 square plus 1. So we rearrange, we simplify our equation. So 4 minus 1, 3x square, 24x plus 2x. We have 26x. And 36 minus 1 plus 35 equal to 0. Okay, now we will factorize our equation. So we have the 3x plus 5 and x plus 7 equal to 0. So x will be equal to negative 5 over 3 and x equal to negative 7. So you can check your answer as well for this equation and check whether we can accept both value. So after you check, we can see that both value can be accepted. So this is our final answer for this question. Solve the following equation. part E. So we have absolute value of x plus 1 divided by x minus 3 equal to 2. So it's a simple equation, so I will just use basic definition to solve this. So we have x plus 1 divided by x minus 3 equal to 2, or x plus 1 divided by x minus 3 equal to negative 2. So we will solve this separately. So we have x plus 1 equal to 2 times x minus 3. So expand, we have 2x minus 6. Rearrange, simplify this equation. So we have x minus 2x, so negative x. And then negative 6 minus 1, negative 7. So x is equal to 7. And this one, x plus 1 equal to negative 2 times x minus 3. Okay, simplify. So we have 6 minus 1, 5, and x is equal to 5 over 3. So this is our answer. Okay, part F, we have a quadratic inside the absolute value. So x squared minus 6x plus 4 equal to 4. So by using the basic definition, x squared minus 6x plus 4 is equal to 4, or x squared minus 6x plus 4 equal to negative 4. So solve this equation separately. So we have x squared minus 6x and 4 minus 4 equal to 0. So factorize this expression. So we have x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, so both term has x, so we just put x outside the bracket. So now we have two values, x equal to 0 and x equal to 6. Next, we have x squared minus 6x plus 8. 4 plus 4 is 8 equal to 0. And we factorize this quadratic, so x minus 4 times x minus 2 equal to 0. So just use your calculator to factorize. And final answer, you should get x equal to 4 and x equal to 2. Or you can write all your answer in the solution set. So x equal to 0, 2, 4,